My name is Caroline Mangosing and I'm the creative director of Vinta Gallery. And Vinta is a bespoke, so it's custom made and ready to wear Filipiniana clothing. We make it here in Manila. We get some of the embroidery done traditionally where they've been made. Mostly I'm inspired by the fabric. I look at a lot of indigenous fabric, so fabric that's hand woven here in the Philippines. I like to start with that. For the men's garment, it's the barong, which is just a shirt. The thing that makes it Filipino is the fabric, which is the pineapple fiber, and the embellishment, which is embroidered at the front. And then the women's garments have the butterfly sleeves. Even in history, the sleeves were always what made the dress. About 350,000 Filipinos in Toronto, there's not a single shop where you can buy barongs and ternos for weddings or for any special occasions. So people would call and ask for Filipino cultural clothing. That's where Vinta was born. These days, Filipino traditional clothing is very costumey. It's a lot of bright colors and very ceremonial. But you know, the history of the clothing, it was what everybody wore all the time in general. So, you know, parties, and then there was like regular kind of everyday versions of it.
We shall be firm in handling radicals, especially those engaged in violence.
Politics kind of changed the way we wore traditional clothing because the barong and the terno was really associated with the Marcos dictatorship because they wore it all the time. And after they stepped down, people didn't want to wear it anymore. It just became uncool. And it's just now that it's coming back into fashion, it's not very fashionable.
Meron pa kayong ibang kulay nito? Meron. Itim, meron kayo?
My mom was really crafty. In the Philippines, she had a children's clothing manufacturing company. I was born here in the Philippines, in Manila, and my family immigrated to Los Angeles, and then we moved on to Vancouver when I was 16. Well, growing up in Vancouver was pretty devoid of anything Filipino. I felt a lot of culture shock, and I think that's when I started my dig. I started taking women's studies, reading books by people of color, and kind of trying to figure out who I was, starting from my culture. After a couple of years, I sold everything I owned and bought a one-way ticket to Toronto. From there, a few years later, I ended up founding a Filipino Arts and Cultural Center, Kapisanan, in downtown Toronto. Filipiniana clothing is a way that we can express our culture without having to talk about it. You just wear it. You wear your culture on your sleeve. I think that what I'm trying to do is continue the craftsmanship of the hand embroidery and the hand weaving and make it available to the rest of the world. I love that I was able to find a nice little niche in fashion. I feel like that's part of my family legacy.